Hey Ratbags, it's Jade. The patch that I've been speaking about is now live. I'm hoping a bunch of stuff that you've been questioning has been fixed. Let's dive straight into reading it off. And hopefully you guys, will get to enjoy Grounded 2 a little bit more. Acorn tops are now a guaranteed drop. Create the flow for Steam players to access crossplay. Updated character icons in the HUD and map. Removed explore and go to entry where it wasn't possible to use. User can now deposit their haulable on a buggy. Wolf spider fur polish. Major bug fixes, various performance improvements. We don't expect this to fix the performance problems as a whole, but various optimizations are underway behind the scenes. We'll continue to work on optimization throughout development. Fix the issue where the orc bee by the blueberry bush was above the sandbox and unable to be hit. They've also fixed the bug where the orc creatures did not return to their intended locations after being pulled away. This fix is not retroactive to the save file. Please note you are not soft locked. Please go to where you died last to find the orc missing creature. Various stability improvements. Major stability improvements were made. In our estimates, we're expecting a 40 to 60% improvement from 0.1.1.3. Fixed the bug where shared worlds crash after prolonged gameplay. Also fixed a bug on the back end that would cause shared world saves to be lost indefinitely. Opening photo mode no longer causes clients to lose functionality during multiplayer. They've also resolved an issue where the sizzle effects persisted indefinitely after saving and loading the game. Fixed the progression blocker that occurred when saving loading after defeating tutorial mites. Addressed the bug where clients could fall beneath the terrain textures during multiplayer. And redacted now properly descends during the redacted counter. Corrected instances where the part terrain failed to render for players, and key mappings now remain intact after exiting a session, preventing unwanted assets. Or resets, I should say. Various desync improvements. Fixed the bug where clients joined with improved stats. Various improvements preventing building on dirt piles around the park. We don't expect this to be fixed completely, but improvements have been made. They fixed an issue where the S key wouldn't respond during build mode, correct naming inconsistencies across various building structures, resolved a problem that prevented decoration blueprints from being placed on walls or furniture. Buggies can now be summoned from greater distance without issue. They fixed the bug where the red ant buggy incorrectly spawned as a hostile red soldier ant. Addressed the controller issue where RB wouldn't function after mounting the Orb Weaver buggy, so that's why you couldn't reload some of your arrows. I had that issue. Resolved a visual glitch where eggs stored in inventory became invisible after saving and loading. Yep, I had that one too. Actually ended up with an Orb Weaver, an angry one, spawning out of a nest when I dismantled it. Fixed scenario where players could become stuck beneath a buggy after dismounting. Prevented eggs from disappearing in storage following a save load cycle. Eliminated overlapping UI elements for clients loading into a save while mounted. Fixed the bug that caused a buggy loss after entering the cooler. Buggies no longer take gas damage while blocking. Improved buggy summon logic to avoid spawning inside terrain, e.g. caves and anthills. Creative mode, they fixed the bug where the handy nap feature was not functioning as intended. The invert vertical look now set in as properly affects handy nap controls. Yay, that happened to me. Removed unintended calls from Sloan while in creative mode. The mysterious stranger no longer appears in creative mode sessions. Ranger outposts are now correctly unlocked in creative mode. I thought so. People were saying that all you had to do was go and pick up the first omelette tool and access the actual call, but I couldn't get some of the other range stations to open at all. Various fixes with creatures spawn inside the geometry. Fixed a bug where scorpions didn't attack correctly in the icicle event. Yeah, I told you though guys, that one I had that pretty easy. Some of you guys said it was really tough. Maybe I need to go and try it, do it again. Raw science orbs are now easier to see from a distance. They patched several terrain gaps throughout the park. Corrected floating waypoint markers in specific areas. Yeah, if you notice that, your waypoints just seem to be disappeared. They weren't, they were just really high. Reduced shadow flickering across various park regions. Fixed a soft lock that could occur after dying in a teleporter. Bees now follow proper sleep behaviour at night. So I've been saying to people, if you can't find bees, look for them at night time. They should be asleep on the ground. So hopefully that is actually true now. Closed off access to unfinished areas that were previously reachable. RIP! Looks like Out of Bounds could be not available anymore. Good thing I went and recorded that video and live stream last night to show you guys. Or they could be talking about the upcoming next big content update, the new arena. Address the stuck spot on the ramp in the Orc Cockroach Queen arena. Clients now experience proper collision when parkouring on plant stems, and the resource finder now correctly detects all intended resources. Yeah, that's been really buggy as hell. Some people saying it only detects the last 10 or the 10 nearest to you, but that's not true either. It has just been buggy. Combat. Wearing wolf armor no longer causes all daggers to apply venom on regular attacks. Rip the OP builds. Fixed an issue where drinking dirty water caused infinite sick debuff stacking. Thrown weapons no longer get stuck mid-air for clients. And fixed a bug where the death timer was not visible to client after save load. Additional bugs and fixes. Replace placeholder text in the fertilizer description. Tutorial tooltip now correctly reflect custom key bindings. Removed a non-functional activate handy nap prompt from the interface. Correct item preview in the crafting menu to prevent unintended replacements. Eliminated an unintended grain texture from the UI. Resolved an issue where the 3D model was displayed with a black backdrop in the UI. Updated the thumbnail wheel to show accurate status indicators, ensuring buggy status is properly reflected in the interface. Adjusted UI text scaling for better readability across resolutions. Fixed incorrect buff icon for human food. Correct message location in the map UI. Addressed input dead zones in the crafting menu that block navigation. Localized the camera mode toggle correctly. Prevent the text cutoff on an audio log entries. Removed multiplayer prompts from single player sessions. Improved resolution for comms array images in the UI. Players can now complete the hatchery blueprint from all sides. Restored functionality to the S key in build mode. Quests now progress correctly after smoothie creation. Yeah, if you had that one, it wouldn't work when you created 5 smoothies. I told you guys just create any other smoothie and it should work, but yeah, there you go. Obstacle discs are now collectible post-tutorial. Mixar events completion no longer blocks subsequent quests. Blueprint placements near dirt clumps and Mixar now work as expected. Status effects visibly now apply to creature models. Confront the Stranger quest now unlocks properly. Photo references for Ominent optical discs are now present. Visual needle preview now display correctly. Trap scenario on the web bridge. Suppress the post-battle incoming call after defeating the mysterious stranger. Oh wait, there's more. More terrain gaps have been fixed in the snack front region. Prevented out of bound visibility near the mixer area. Restricted unintended access to unfinished zones. Removed an outer world camera angle above ranger station ceremony. Patched multiple visual breaks near the tennis ball, empty terrarium and surrounding locations. Adjusted spawn points to prevent bombardier beetles from appearing inside geometry. Corrected all weaver placement to avoid spawning within terrain. Fixed an issue where bombardier beetles became stuck in foliage around the park. Addressed spider fall through behaviour when interacting with webs. Eliminated flickering on brittle quartzite shards in the park. Enable proper placement of decoration blueprints on walls and furniture. Refined buggy summoning logic to avoid spawn inside terrain. Relocated scorpion adult spawns to prevent overlap with the statue bush. Restored blueberry harvesting functionality on the picnic table. Fixed one-sided texture rendering in the ceremony zone. Realigned stone collision near molar stash. Corrected mosquito sleep spot positioning. Sealed an outer world gap near the ranger station flower bed. RIP, that's definitely the one that's going to stop people from exploring out of bounds. Closed visual breaks near the yoke girth magazine ad. Smoothed out terrain inconsistencies through the park. Repaired misaligned textures in the ice cart location. Addressed glass clipping issues across various map locations. Fixed the respawn logic that placed players outside the flower bed outpost. Added collision to the oak tree model. Prevented save load traps involving pine cones. Removed unintended gap visibility in the statue area. Patched outer world gaps in the ice cart outpost. Grounded floating acorns. Corrected floating terrain assets across multiple zones. Fixed clipping issues with environmental props. Eliminated a visual bug in the fire pit region. Corrected a visible break behind the fresh mint. Removed out of the world gaps in the toxic anthill. Smoothed angular stretching of dirt textures. Fixed one-sided rendering on root textures. Prevented grass from growing through the thistle leaf. Corrected one-sided dirt textures between a picnic table and fire pit. Addressed dirt clipping in the trash bag outpost. Added missing collision to the Sharps amplifier mesh. Fixed overloading grass blades near Burgle, overlapping ones. Removed terrain obstruction in the snack bar area. A bunch of audio fixes, which I won't go through because let's face it, they're boring, but you get the idea. Hopefully it's there. Localization issues, especially to do with Italian and more. And art has been updated somewhat in some places. The cockroach queen's head should use the incorrect texture instead of an outdated one. Resolved an issue where the character poses caused floating behaviour in photo mode. And there's a bunch of others there that have just been fixed to do with the teens, as well as some of the armour clipping through the actual some of the teens. Keybinders now persist correctly after exiting a multiplayer session. Omni-tool interactions are no longer interrupted for client players. Founders pack skins remain equipped after joining a new session. Prevented users from launching multiple instances of the game simultaneously. Realigned client-side waking animations for proper visual flow. Fixed shared world save renaming functionality. Restored visibility of Founders pack and hairstyles in people mode. And removed indefinite waiting for others prompt triggered by lean to destruction. That is a monster patch, and that pretty much does fix a whole bunch of stuff that hopefully you guys have been encountering. So give it a couple days and the issue tracker I'm sure is going to be updated, and yeah, hopefully it should be a lot smaller. But of course, if you still got problems, make sure you report it in the right way. Contact actual Obsidian on the website, go to the Discord, and you can find a similar kind of process there. And fingers crossed will help get Grounded 2 in the best position possible. So there we go. That is it from me. Just a patch notes video. I did show off some of these issues in my previous one, so hopefully it's all good and relevant to you now. I'll see you RATBAGGERS later.